What is going on, everybody? The Raw after WrestleMania. This is the last stop. Actually, the last stop, I believe, is SmackDown of like the WrestleMania aftermath type of feel. So this is the Legion of Raw. This is Dr. Chris Featherstone. That is Vince Russo with the guns to pay the funds, ladies and gentlemen. World Heavyweight Champion, Helium Flex, arms, biceps of those here of his. And we are here for yet another show, having a lot of fun like we do always. Vince Russo, how are you, my man?
What is going on, Doctor? How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. So, before we get into the show, man, I want to start off with something very positive, Vince. I want to start off with something very positive, all right? I watched WrestleMania. I know you didn't watch WrestleMania. I'm sure you did knew some highlights and things like that. I will say that I think that this WrestleMania surprisingly far exceeded my expectations, and I think that it was one of the best WrestleManias probably in the past 15 years.
Wow. Okay, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I was very impressed. Overall, good. A very solid WrestleMania. I liked it a lot. There was some, dull spots, but overall, pretty solid show. So I was very impressed. I was
very nice. Very nice.
And the start of the Raw was like, okay, something new, something different. Made sense that Lesnar was in there somehow. It made sense how they mapped the end out. I'm glad how they weaved it through the night. So I was glad about that. And I called a Brock turn from almost the beginning. I said, you know what? I think that Brock Lesnar is going to turn on Cody Rhodes, and that's going to make a match for them down the line. Which, another positive thing, I actually like. I think that that's a really, really good idea because I called it from weeks ago, and you remember this, Vince. I said it is too early for Cody Rhodes to win the title. It still feels skeletal. It doesn't have any meat on it for Cody Rhodes just to win the Royal Rumble and then 2 months later win the title after a nearly 1,000 day reign of Roman Reigns smashing everybody, and then Cody comes in 2 months later without a really good storyline, without a lot of meat on it, and then wins. I wasn't a fan of that, and I'm glad that Triple H and company made the decision for Cody to lose. I think that was a really good call, and Brock Lesnar turning on Cody actually is a really good thing because it gets steam to Cody as a babyface. I'm not a big fan, I'm not a big fan of Cody, but I think that this does a really good job overall with getting necessary steam on Cody to be a top babyface. So that's the positive I have to say about this weekend. Vince, what do you have to say before we get into the second by second?
First thing I got to say is, bro, Triple H has to take like one of those power sanders to his forehead. He's got to do something with all those lines in his forehead, bro. Like, seriously, bro. I don't know if there's a surgery for that. I don't know if you could shoot Botox into that. Bro, whatever you got to do. It's all those, nothing like that.
Gaming.
No, he's got to do something with all those lines.
Come on in.
Bro, first of all, a couple things with this opening segment. Let's talk about a couple things. I mean, oh my God, bro. Like, there was so much fan ass kissing throughout this show. It just, to me, it gets to the point of being freaking, it makes me nauseous. Bro, a team wins the championship and they got the big celebration on the field. They host up the trophy and you will hear them like one time. Yeah. Thank the fan base. They'll put the fan base over one time. Every team does it, every sport. Yep. This was a 3-hour, let's just put our head straight up the tuchus of every fan sitting in the crowd. Bro, enough with, I am so sick of this. Okay.
Vince, what was that word again?
Tuchus. Here's another thing, bro. I'm trying to figure out. So you mean to tell me, bro, it took the WWE 40 years to thank the staff and the crew and the people backstage?
Yes, including Stu.
You guys 40 years? 40 years when nobody was ever acknowledged, bro.
Yeah.
It was always Vince McMahon. Vince was controlling the lighting. Vince was directing the show. Vince put up the ring, bro. Vince was shooting the pre-tapes. Vince was working catering. It took you 40 years, bro, to freaking acknowledge your staff and crew. And you're going to go out there and put it over like for 40 years, you put nobody over. Here's another thing, Chris. And I talk about this all the time. Here's the difference between the Attitude Era then and now. When Cody Rhodes says he wants a rematch tonight, bro, during the Attitude Era, you could bet your tuchus it was happening tonight. You could bet your tuchus it was happening tonight, because if it wasn't happening tonight, we would not have said that. Because how many times have I said that, bro? They're teasing a rematch, and then you're going to totally screw the crowd with a tag team match.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
which I don't understand that. No doubt in my mind, this is Attitude Era. They are having the rematch. But yeah, bro, this opening segment, bro, like, oh my God, it just went on so long, bro, with all these entrances, and Heyman's got to talk to the tribal chief, and it just went on way too long. You know, bro, there's a difference, man. Like, I'm the kind of guy, Chris, I don't know how you are, but I am the kind of guy, move it along. We got to move it along. These guys are always stretching. And I think that's a big difference in the shows. If you're trying to move it along, go from one thing to the next, and you're stretching it out. Bro, I could tell you, my son was here. My middle son, he's, VJ's I think he's about 32 years old. And he actually watched that first segment. Bro, he don't watch any wrestling or anything, but I had to watch it. And I swear to God, bro, here's a guy, a non-fan sitting there, and I can't tell you how many times he said, all right, go on already. And then he made this statement. He said, bro, if anybody cared about that, by the time it was over, nobody cared. Because again, to him, to a regular television viewer, we could have told that story in half the time. And bro, that's where a lot of people, it's always the 3 hours, Chris, is too long. And I'm with you. The 3 hours is too long. Oh, yeah. But bro, the 3 hours feels like 6 hours when they drag everything out to the maximum, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta move this thing, man. Move it along, bro.
Yeah, I think that I like the Roman Cody. Well, I wasn't a big fan of the rematch thing. When he said that, I was like, no. Like, well, when he said that, I said that makes no sense. Like, why would I give you a rematch? Like, you won the Royal Rumble, I beat you. No, I don't need.
Right.
You need to earn your way up to a rematch. I'm not just going to grant you a rematch just because you asked. I did think about that. When Brock came out, I was like, I like something different, Vince. That's the thing. We see the same stuff all the time. I'm like, okay, this is something different. You know what I mean? At least we're getting that much. So I did look at that. So,
but Chris, here's what we were looking at, bro, because I felt the same thing. Brock 1000% tipped his hand in that opening segment.
Oh yeah.
And here's what I mean about tipping the hand. And me and Chris, we've seen enough wrestling shows where you know it. Bro, he went over to Cody about 3 times and grabbed his arm and lifted it up. Like, I'm like, he's turning on him, bro. Like,
super baby face.
Yeah, exactly, bro. But I got to tell you this, bro. Let's talk about this for a couple things, Chris. You got to be very careful, because if I know it, Chris, and you know it, Chris, and Cody doesn't know it, Chris, then Cody looks like an idiot.
Yeah, he looks like an idiot.
He looks like an idiot. Here's number 2, bro. I hear everything you said, bro, about liking this turn and everything else, but I think this is a little risky, because you got to remember, bro, there's a lot of people out there that like Brock. So now you've got Cody, and, you know, bro, I've said all along, the suits and the power and the money and talking above everybody. Well, now you just turned somebody on him that a lot of the fans cheer for. I think that's a little bit of a gamble, bro. You look it up again.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. What I did like was the fact I do think that the beating up went too long. I think that was a little long in the tooth. I think he really needed to just get the F5 a couple times. By that time, the fans were already booing him, and it dragged. I think it was like, okay, well, now we get it, you know. But I do get why they did that. They were really trying to say, okay, look, let's make sure this time that we're getting heat, because the first time, remember, he did it on Lashley, and he was just a simple F5 and pulling Theory over. Seemingly that was supposed to be a heel turn too, but the fans was like, oh, Brock is back. You get that return pop. And so the fans like, okay, cool. And they were like, okay, it kind of backfired because now he's a baby face because the fans were cheering. I think they really wanted to drive it in like he's the heel. So he did get a lot of heat there. And I will say this, Vince, I think that it's a good thing for how they did it without the dragging on so much, because Brock can go away, and that's fine, because now it makes Cody come from behind. That's a true baby. He comes from behind, and then he can be inserted into probably a 6-man match with Roman and the Bloodline against him, probably KO and Sammy. He'll probably beat Roman or somehow win, and that can be enough to say, okay, I want my rematch. And I can see him winning in Saudi at the King and the Queen of the Ring. That gives Reigns the summer off because he was supposed to take some time off. And then we can get Brock and Cody for SummerSlam, because last SummerSlam, Brock lost against Roman, so he couldn't go against Roman again for the title. So it makes sense to see Cody versus Brock at SummerSlam, and Brock go away. Brock comes back after Cody beats Roman. And now he said, okay, well, Roman doesn't have the title anymore, and now I want the title back. So Cody is the one that I'm going to go against. And so that sets up Cody versus Brock at SummerSlam. Marquee enough, you know what I mean, to have Cody come from behind and play the baby. So I think it has potential to there, personally. Yeah. We got Hannibal with the $5 super chat. You have to also realize that there really are no formidable heels except Roman and Judgment Day, so the turn needed to happen. Too many baby faces. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. I think that Brock Lesnar did a really good job playing the baby at WrestleMania against Omos, and it's like, from a psychological standpoint, it's smart. I'll get to your super chat, awesome sauce. Psychologically is smart because he's really currying the fans, the adulation of the fans just to do this. So that's even makes him have more heat because he plays such a good baby, at WrestleMania. So I see Brock, man, he's smart, man. He's just a really smart businessman. And if you can tell, man, if he wants to work with you, like, he'll give his all to you. And Brock Lesnar is one of the most underrated sellers. He's a fantastic seller, and he's really smart, man. So I appreciate that in Brock Lesnar. So I think that this can be very advantageous for building up Cody, because at the end of the day, just this normal run-of-the-mill come out every single week, cut a promo, like that would get old really quick, man. And so getting this heat from Brock is actually a good idea for me. Let's see. Awesome Sauce, $2 super chat. Y'all see Vince looking like 30s Dorman at the Hall of Fame. Is he talking about McMahon?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
With the dyed hair and the mustache. What's going on? What's going on here, bro? What are we doing?
Did you see the interview with Ari Emmanuel
no.
from CNBC?
No.
So yeah, of course that's this morning was the official announcement of the merge, WWE being bought by Endeavor. So it was really, really interesting of Ari Emanuel, the owner of Endeavor, which owns UFC, right? So basically, which makes sense because he's doing the same thing with Dana White. So he basically is giving carte blanche to Vince McMahon, just like he does with Dana White. So he basically is sitting behind the scenes, you know, owning both companies, giving carte blanche to Dana White, Dana is in UFC now, giving carte blanche to Vince McMahon over WWE endeavors. So basically, Vince McMahon said that he's going to still have a creative say so, from a bigger standpoint, but like in the weeds, he's like, I like to go in the weeds, but I don't have time to do that right now.
Right.
So that's what he says. So it's about 16 minutes. So I think you should watch it, man. It's interesting information to know as far as what that merge looks like. So it looks like Vince Russo looks like Vince McMahon is back on top, man, and carte blanche and back at the saddle all the way, man. So $9.3 billion.
Is that what it was? 9.3 billion?
Yeah.
Wow.
He asked for 9, and people were like, what? You know what I mean? Like Disney and other big companies were selling like 4 and 5. You know what I mean? So there's no way that WWE will be valued at 9. So Ari Emmanuel, he pulled them, and they basically landed on 9.3, man. So it was he actually valued more than the asking price for
That's
WWE.
nuts. That's crazy.
So, I mean, and to Ari's credit, he's tripled, the UFC revenue. You know what I mean? So he's doing a fantastic job when it comes to marketing and promotions and things like that. UFC's killing it, man. So, that people are talking about like, okay, so does this end the monthly pay-per-view, the direct-to-consumer? Their deal with Peacock is until 2026, I believe. So we've got like 3 more years before that. So that's not even a thing for the next year. So let's see here. What else we got? Super chats, baby. We got Andrew Cool back in the saddle. Man, I hope we finally get Edge and Brock feud. What do you think about that, Vince? Would you be interested in the Edge versus Brock Lesnar feud?
I just think I don't know, bro. It's time is kind of passing these things by. You know what I mean, man? I don't see that happening.
Yeah, like Taker and Sting.
Yep.
Time passed. Taker and Sting. I stopped Sting's my all-time favorite. I stopped wanting to see Taker and Sting probably 15 years ago. I mean, like when he first came back around 31, about around 30, like the Survivor Series before 31, people were like, "Come on, let's do Taker and Sting." I'm like, "No, I don't want to do Taker and Sting. It's a little too late now." We got Ty Sellers $5 super chat. By the way, 65-55, UConn is winning with about 3.5 minutes left for those who want to know the updated score on the men's basketball tournament. Looks like UConn's going to pull it off. I was rooting for the underdog. This is the first period for San Diego State, but it doesn't look like they're going to win. All right, Drink Song Challenge. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, any video game song that's not Mario, Donkey Kong, or Sonic 76ers theme song. Okay, we got a 3-song challenge, Vince. So, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, are you familiar with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I am, but I don't think I know the song.
Okay. It was Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days, chilling out, maxing and relaxing, no cool, and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school were a couple of guys who were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. They got in one little fight. My mom got scared, said, "But what you out to your Uncle Bel-Air?" I whistled for a cab, and winter came near. The license plates are fresh and the dice in the mirror. Blah, blah, blah. All right, there we go. There's the Fresh Prince. All right, so any video game song that's not Mario, Donkey Kong, or Sonic the Hedgehog. What do you got? So we can't do bum 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 ba dum bum boom. That's Mario.
Bum 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 bum.
What do you got?
I'm not a big gamer, man.
What was Mike Tyson's Punch Out? What was it? Ba-da, ba-da, ba, ba-da, da, ba-da, 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 ba, 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 ba-da, ba, ba, ba-da, ba. There you go. I have no idea what the 70s.
I have no idea what the 60s theme song is.
How,
None. Zero.
how about the Harlem Globetrotters?
Wow. I don't remember that. Sweet Georgia Brown, right. Sweet Georgia Brown.
There you go.
Very nice. Yes.
All right. We got Scott Smith, $5. Dr. Chris, I like the Dom versus Ray match the most. What did you think about that? What you think of that match? I liked it. It was a good story with that match. Made sense for Bad Bunny to be involved. That's another match I called. I saw, I bet you they do Judgment Day versus Bad Bunny and Rey Mysterio on Backlash. This is in Puerto Rico. And as we saw on Raw, that's looks like that's what they're going to do, which makes sense. I mean, he's Bad Bunny. He's, huge. And he's hosting, Backlash. It's in Puerto Rico, so it makes total sense. So Ray getting the win actually was a bit surprising by me, but him being in the Hall of Fame, it made sense. like him being in the headlining the Hall of Fame and then losing at WrestleMania would not make sense to me, especially since he said that he wants to retire at 50, and so that's about another year and a half from now. So, I think that made sense overall. We got Sports Kingdom, $2. Do you think Styles deserves another opportunity at Roman?
I think that ship has sailed.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's next for AJ Styles when he comes back?
Retirement.
You think retirement?
God, bro, AJ's up there, man. I mean,
45 now. 46.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah,
46. I think it's born in 77. I think it's the same age as Cena. Yeah. They both either turn 46 this year or already 46, but depending on I don't remember their birthdays, but they're 46 this year, both of them, I believe. Bobby Lashley was born in 76, I believe, so I think he turns 47 this year. Don't look a day past 35, man. Let's see what we got. I like that. That was funny. Black Scorpion should have sang the theme song. I like it. Another super chat theme song, and I'll bring the Black Scorpion out. I'll call him. I don't know if he's going to show up, but I'll call him and we'll sing another theme song. All right. So we're almost defeating Elias, Vince. They're trying to get some reps on Omos to eventually make him lose against someone else. Essentially, is what
yeah, bro. Come on, man. We all know where the almost experiment is going. It's going where every big man experiment has ever gone.
It's true, man. Yeah. Okay. Before we get to that, Vince Russo, I know that you're big on Elias, man. Interestingly enough, if I'm not mistaken, Elias is a Triple H guy, and for some odd reason, Elias is being totally underbooked and just looking like an idiot, man. And under the Triple H booking regime, why do you think that Elias is being so misused? Is it because he has, I know that you mentioned like you've talked to him before and he has a lot of ideas and stuff like that, and WWE is not a big fan of that. Is that the reason why you think
I don't know what else it could be, bro. I don't know else. Let me ask you this, Chris, because I don't know if this has changed or not. I know Elias used to get a lot of heat with the wrestling marks because he's not their kind of wrestler. Mm-hmm. Does he still get that type of heat?
As far as the marks, I don't know.
Because I mean that's the only other thing I could think of, since they're definitely catering. Like, I swear to God, like again, I'm going back to my son who never watches this. He's watching this and he's like, where are the women in this crowd? Like, yeah, I mean, really, like, where are the kids in this crowd? I mean, it was all the.
Well, I mean, that's Raw after WrestleMania crowd though.
Yeah.
It's usually, I mean, Raw. I mean, you've seen it, man. It's usually just a hodgepodge of, of people from who the residue of people from WrestleMania from different countries and cities and states and stuff like that. So as far as reactions are concerned, I think you can cash out on the reaction, but you can't really bank on a certain reaction either, because it's a very marquee circus-like crowd when it comes to the Raw after WrestleMania crowd. You can cash in on that, like the Dolph Ziggler cash in. That was fantastic, and any other return or debut or something like that. But as far as a storyline perspective, you can't really bank on that. I do think that the LA crowd tonight was exceptionally tired. It was like it felt super flat tonight, but granted, they had to do NXT Saturday morning. Well, let's go back. SmackDown Friday night, Hall of Fame after that Friday night, NXT Saturday morning, Mania Saturday night, and then Mania Sunday night, and then Raw on Monday night. So
Don't get it. Never will
tired,
get it, bro.
I don't,
bro.
Like in LA, San Diego or something.
Here's the closest I ever came to that, bro. I believe it was 1977. And Kiss played 3 straight nights at the Garden, and I went the first night and the third night. That's the closest I'll ever get to any sick madness like that.
Yeah.
And
just think that people spend the money for the whole weekend.
I don't get it, bro. I was just telling my wife, I'm a big Giants fan, and I said I'd like to really go to San Fran, this season. Bro, I'll go to the Saturday and Sunday day games. Like that's it. Like I don't, bro, I don't get it. I don't get the whole thing. Like what like do you just not get enough of this? Like I don't get it, bro.
It's the experience. A lot of times, people get caught up in the WrestleMania experience, and I can't understand that because, like I said, when I get paid to do it. So, when I cover WrestleMania, I covered 33, 34, and 35. I was about to cover 36, but you were super supportive with me during that time. Well, 36, I was about to fly to Tampa, but it was canceled because of COVID. And then I was about to fly to Tampa for 37. And then the day before I was supposed to fly to Tampa, I got COVID. So shout out to Vince Russo, who would text me and keep up and just really check on me throughout the whole week.
I'm a friend,
yes.
Bro,
yes,
friend for life, unless you do me wrong, bro.
Yes, indeed, man. You really showed your friendship.
That's right. Love Dr. Chris, bro. Love me some Dr. Chris, even with the man bun, bro. Even with the man bun, I love me some Dr. Chris. Oh my God,
battery ram, man.
Yes,
yeah, baby. So the experience is fun, but I mean, I get paid to do it. There's no way in the world that I would spend that money to do that. I mean, like think about it, Vince. Someone is essentially going to SmackDown for 2 hours, and in the Hall of Fame for 2-3 hours after that. So that's a 5-hour Friday. NXT is about altogether 3 hours or so, and then Mania's 4, and so that's 7 hours on Saturday.
Chris, I told you I had to go out there for the San Jose WrestleMania to work this convention, right? Mm-hmm. And part of my deal was I had to go with the group to some viewing someplace of the Hall of Fame gimmick. Now, bro, that was the one and only time I saw I was looking for a window to jump out of. Yeah. When Larry Zbyszko was going on the third hour of his speech, I literally, bro, like I don't know how I don't know how they do this. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, me either. First of all, Vince, shout out to the SK Nation. We have over 300 people here with us live.
Wow, that's tremendous. Let me give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
You know what, bro? Hold on, bro. That literally leaves me speechless and mumbling and bumbling over my words. Hold on, Chris.
Best Iron Man match that's ever been.
Yes.
That deserved the man bun battering ram.
Yes.
We got Rapunzel is the best. $2. Thoughts of Edge versus the Demon in Mania. What do you think, man?
Bro, let me ask you a question. I didn't say it, obviously. Let me ask you a question, Chris. Chris, why isn't Finn Balor been on TV?
He was on Raw, I think he was, wasn't he?
He has not been on.
Oh, well, him and Edge wasn't on the last one. It was just a bunch of vignettes.
Yeah, why hasn't he not been on? I mean,
there's nothing. There's nothing that's been reported of the reason why he hasn't. He just hasn't. Man, I don't know if you know, but there was a shoot, like straight up potato shot, man. Like Edge threw. I mean, it wasn't on purpose, but Edge threw the ladder toward Finn, and he had probably about a 6-inch gash on his head. Like he started gushing blood, and the medical experts, they did a camera just close up to Edge so they can take it off of the fact that Finn was getting some medical treatment. He had to get some numbing. He had to get a numbing shot.
Yeah, I read about that.
And stay in staples during the match, man. Yeah.
You would think as the demon character that would automatically heal.
Yeah, it would just like the Emmanuel with Wolverine.
Exactly. Very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. He should have used his demon superpowers and just heal it right up, man.
Yes.
So it was that injured spot, and then of course about the Shane deal,
like father, like son, bro.
Man, tore his quad, man. How about
bro?
that?
I got to tell you something, bro. And I've been saying this for years. I love Shane McMahon to death, bro. I am very high on pride, being the best you. That's Shane. That's Shane to a T, because his whole life he's had to prove himself to his dad, which he was never going to live up to his dad's expectations, no matter what he did. Bro, he could have put on a cape and fly through Metropolitan, and it wouldn't have been enough for Vince. But I've always said this about Shane, bro. He's getting up there in age. Shane's in his 50s now.
He was born in 1970, I believe.
Yeah, but Shane, in his mind, thinks he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
And he wants to go out there and do all this stuff. He doesn't understand, bro. Your body is not going to go along with it. He doesn't, bro. That's the thing about like being a McMahon. It's like they don't want to accept that, bro. You cannot turn back the clock. You can't do it, bro. As much as you want to go out there and do it, you can't. Your body is not keeping up with what you want to do. Chris, I swear to God, when I went to visit my son in Atlanta, Chris, I went bowling for the first time in like the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I think I bowled a 72. All right. So
yes,
thank you. I can't even throw a bowling ball down the middle of a lane. And this guy's jumping around. Come on, bro. You can't. But you know what? I guarantee you that this may have been the one that he finally learned from.
Yeah, I think so too, man. He's almost 53 years old this year.
Yeah.
I think at this point he's like, oh, okay, well that was it right there. Tearing my quad, just doing a leapfrog at this point. Yeah, I don't think it's for me anymore. And I imagine quad injuries he's gonna be out for a while. So
yeah, I love it. Bless his heart. His heart that he wants to go out there and do it, man. I love the guy, but it bro, when you get older, it ain't happening, man.
And here's my thing, man. I'm a Shane guy, man. I've told you this before too. I'm a big fan of Shane McMahon. I'm not a big fan of his heel runs as of late. I think it's kind of cheesy, but I love the cool son of a really aristocratic, pompous dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you like it's like the rich kid who's like really cool and like buy your lunch. You know what I mean? That's the type of feel that Shane McMahon has, and that's what I like. You know what I mean? And so that's why I like Shane McMahon. But at the same time, it's like, man, dude, you didn't need to do those acrobatic spots at 52, 53 years old just to have a hiccup of a spot to beat the Miz. It was a non-important spot, and you try to do that. You know what I mean? I know that he came out. It's been a while since he's been back in the WWE. He was like, here we go, you know, he's death-defying, you know, Shane McMahon.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Yes. Kudos to Snoop Dogg for calling the audible, man. He straight
good
up
for him.
Yeah, man. He straight up called the audible, decked Miz a couple times, did the people's elbow, and yeah, that's good. So kudos to Snoop for that. All right, we got Matt Lee, $10 super chat, boo. The man who wrote WrestleMania 14 and 15, the build-ups, the angles, HBK, Austin, Tyson, Rock, 1997 to 1999 took WWE from going bankrupt to the #1 show on cable. The company to this day rise the genius of Mr. Russo.
The best Iron Man match that's ever been.
Yes. We have I know we have another super chat, man. This show is the most lucrative show of Sportskeeda for sure. Yes, that's why Derek says that's my finishing move. The man bun battering ram, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Man, he's like, oh, are you? No. Yeah.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it.
All right, here we go. We got it was awesome sauce, and then okay, here we go. 550 awesome sauce. Boys, I think only one group can stop the bloodline. The Spanish announce team from TNA. Russo tell Amazing Red to get his do-rag. It's going down.
Those guys still keep in touch with me, bro.
Amazing Red was awesome, man.
Yeah, those are the Spanish announce team. Those were the greatest guys in the world. Still keep in touch with me, man.
Who else was a part of the Spanish?
Bro, the brothers, the two brothers. Oh God, don't put me on the spot.
Yeah, those two brothers.
Huh?
Yeah, those two brothers.
Those two, the Spanish announce team brothers, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on.
Spanish announce team was on TNA.
The two brothers, my two brother friends.
Yeah, the two brothers. The Maximos. Right?
Yes, Maximos.
Yes. Jose and Joe Maximo.
Jose and Joe Maximo. Yes.
Remember the Maximos. That's for sure. All right, who we got? $2 from Skulls, the Soul Hunter. New gear. It sticks to my boots. Have suggestions.
Yeah, cut it off your boots, bro. Cut it.
Cut it off your boots.
Cut it at the ankles, bro. Cut it at the ankles.
There you go. He's got new gear. He's a wrestler, I guess. He's got new gear. Is that what it is, Vince? You should give him a tryout for Rocky Mountain Pro, man.
Yes.
All right, let's get to this show here. We got the Uso attempting to go to Roman Reigns' locker room, stopped by Paul Heyman. Is this sowing seeds to something further down the line sooner than later, Vince? What do you think this is leading to?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, if it's me, like, isn't Orton ready to come back?
No, he was in LA, but no, his back is still
nowhere close. I mean, bro, I would have to think this is going somewhere, but the reason why I'm hesitating, bro, is, you know, again, guys, I told you I worked with a lot of these Samoans, and nothing's gonna break that bloodline. I mean, from a realistic standpoint,
sure,
You know, so like it looks like they're going down that road. That's just a hard pill for me to swallow because I don't see that ever happening in real life.
So full circle would bring Jey Uso to Roman Reigns.
Right.
So especially with Cody and Brock, perhaps, which so they could have Brock go away and come back after Cody beats Roman, or they could do like I said before. You know, Austin said this. I'll credit Steve Austin for this because he said this and it was so good years ago. He said a solid, consistent main eventer is either in one of three spaces. Either he has the championship, he's chasing the championship, or he was derailed by someone en route to the championship. And so that makes a consistent main eventer. A main eventer is doing one of those three things. So I think that the derailing of Cody makes sense from a Brock standpoint because he's like, okay, look, this is business.
Right.
I can't have my title shot with Roman. Therefore, I'm going to beat your tail. So that makes sense as far as the derailing. So if Cody's away for Brock, if they're doing the program with that, which I think it should be SummerSlam, but if they hot shot it beforehand, then you can bring back Jey and Roman, man. So I mean, that would be full circle. Do you think that Jey still has enough stock to full circle this with Roman? No,
Bro, it's just, bro, a lot of that goes back to nothing against Jey Uso. I think he's a great performer. I think what they did with Jey and Roman early on was great.
Yeah.
The reason I say that, bro, is just the stock that you've put in Roman. You know what I mean, bro? I mean,
nobody feels on his level, man.
That's what it is. I mean, it's nothing against Jey, but nobody that they put in years and years and years to build them to this level, bro. You know?
Yeah. It's you know, here's my thing with this. You know, I lobbied at a moment of Jey. I lobbied for a hot second of Jey beating Roman. I still am okay with Jey beating Roman, but not for the title. So if you do Jey Roman at like SummerSlam or something like that, like Cody Brock at SummerSlam, and then Jey Roman at SummerSlam and Jey wins, I'll be okay with that actually, because the feud really started around SummerSlam, you know, of 2020. So that it would be a full 3-year mark because Roman came back at SummerSlam of 2020, won the title a week later, and then Jey won the number one contenders match, and I think it was like Night of Champions or something like that. So that was like September. So it's like about a 3-year mark. So I think what you do is you do Jey Roman SummerSlam, Cody Brock SummerSlam. And I think that will be a full circle for the bloodline. So,
bro, I gotta clarify something in the chat room. Roland, I'm clarifying this for you because you are you pay us
loyalist, man.
Very well, Roland. I left the WWE in late September 1999, not February 99. Late September is when I left the WWE. Late September of 99. I just want to clarify that.
And you left because it was a family, right? Like you were missing dates and stuff like that, and you just wanted to. It was just time for you to go, or was
I left because Vince McMahon told me to hire a nanny to watch my kids. So I said, no,
right.
Vince. I said, "F you, Vince. I don't do that, bro.
Hire a nanny to watch your kids."
Chris would have, Dr. Chris would have done the same thing.
Oh, without. Oh man, without even taking my next breath, I would have done that. Heck yes. So you know, it's interesting, man, because people have asked me to be a part of WWE as some way, because even a content writer, like I know some people in the company, and they wanted to bring me in as a writer, a content writer for the site, for the WWE.com. And I'm like, no, I can't do it, because there's no way that I, in my state right now, can devote that much time and relinquishing my wife and kids, my beautiful wife and 3 kids, for WWE. There's no way I can do that.
Chris, I had a friend of mine who I got a job working for the WWE. If anybody knows, going all the way back to the vicious Vincent world of wrestling days, my buddy the Mat Rat was a guy by the name of Jim Monsees, right? I got Jimmy a job at the WWE, and he was Shane McMahon's right-hand man. And that's when Shane was just starting all the social media.
Yeah.
So all the social media now was new to Vince McMahon. Okay. And bro, my buddy Jimmy was single, wasn't married, no family, no nothing. So, bro, since social media was new to Vince, bro, Vince used to call my buddy Jimmy 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
No way.
Without thinking twice. Oh, I want you to post this. I need you to post this. Oh, I saw this. You need to change this. Bro, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. My friend Jimmy was single, and he's like, bro, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not, this guy, I'm not going to work for him 24/7. There's got to be a downtime.
Yeah.
And and again, bro, it's like that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
Bro, after 5 years, he burned me out.
Yeah.
Like, I was done. I had nothing left to give. I was done after 5 years, man.
Yeah.
That's why I look at these lifers and I'm like, bro, I know what it takes to be there that long. And here's what it takes, bro. You can't have a life outside of the place.
Yeah.
So if you want that to be your life, but
yeah,
5 years was long enough for me, man.
Hey, more power to you if you want to want that to be your career path, that you're okay with being at the behest of at the beck and call of Vince McMahon, any on call any time of the day. But man, I walk into my beautiful big office every day, and I come home to see my hot wife and 3 beautiful kids, and there is no way in the world that I will relinquish that to say, yes, sir, Vince. Yes, sir. No, sir, Vince. No, yes, sir. No, sir. No. And I'm not a yes man. You know me away from
amazing,
this,
man. It's amazing, bro. It's just amazing, man. I don't care. I don't care what you get paid, man. You can't put a price on somebody just owning you.
Absolutely. No way. No. We get Kathy Kelly interviewing Bad Bunny in crowd, and so that leads to the segment that we're talking about with Rey Mysterio cutting an in-ring promo, interrupted by Austin Theory. So Austin Theory gets the win because of the distraction from Dominic and with Damian Priest. Priest is hesitant, but he's beefing with his boy Dominic. Therefore, he gets choke slammed through the table. So this is going to set up the tag match for Puerto Rico. Austin Theory was super overshadowed in this whole segment. For someone who just beat John Cena, the least person you were thinking of after all of these people in this segment was Austin Theory. Why did they put Austin Theory in that segment with him being overshadowed at the end?
Bro, I just don't see this guy being what they think he's. I'm going to go back to the same thing. He's a cookie cutter wrestler, bro. There's nothing more to him than that. You can put a pair of tights on any wrestler, man, get them all jacked up, and they can go out there and say, I'm the future.
Yeah.
Anybody can do that, bro. There is no meat on this Austin Theory bone for me, man.
Yeah. I've said that before too, man. I just don't see it. I mean, like, he's just, and I've asked this question to people who have been in defense of Austin Theory. I'm like, okay, cool. So who is Austin Theory? And I'm asking you this. I mean, you're not in defense of Austin Theory, but this is a legit question. And this is for you and SK Nation. What is his gimmick? like, what is Austin Theory's gimmick? Like, you had the Undertaker was a dead man, person who was reaping souls. You had Hulk Hogan, who was a real American, train, say your prayers, believe in yourself. You had Macho Man, was the person oozing machismo. You had the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin, a beer swindling, rebel, right? But what's Theory?
He's a
What's his
wrestler.
character?
He's a wrestler.
I have no clue what
He's a wrestler.
Someone said his gimmick is he's from Atlanta. I mean, right. I mean, that's essentially what it is. I mean, like A-Town down, he's from Atlanta. That's his gimmick. And so I don't know. I don't know what his gimmick is. Please, SK Nation, help me out, man. No, people are saying nothing. He's nothing. Like, creative wrestler number 49.
Bro, you know what A-Town down? Do the A-Town down again, because you know what it reminded me of? What'd you do? It reminds me of this, bro. Oh, not that. Come on.
Giving another match 7 stars.
Yes.
And it would be a wonderful thing for wrestling.
Yes, indeed. 7-star club.
Bro, have you heard this one, bro?
Let's see.
We're a family show, right? Though, so
Yes,
Raju, okay.
Yes,
Raju might have to edit this. Here we go. You ready, Chris?
Yep.
That shit that he does with the hands in the pants. I mean, that is great stuff.
Oh, yes. Hands in the pants, ladies and
Bro,
gentlemen.
the hands in the pants is great stuff. The hands in the pants is great
Hands
stuff. All right.
in the oh.
All right, Chris. What do we
Great
got?
stuff.
What else is going on?
We've got KO and Sammy defeating the Street Profits. Why they do this, man? You had Street Profits winning to me was the best match, at least one of the 3 best matches on both nights of WrestleMania. Great showcase by them, just for that momentum to be completely squelched.
That's a great question, Chris, because why not put Gable and Clark and Gable out there? Why not? We beat them 80,000 times. Why not just throw them out there? It didn't matter.
Yeah, and it's like you got so much momentum going on for Street Profits. They should have been in some type of feud. I wouldn't have been opposed to someone like Judgment Day or some other heel team that pull them up. What you do, man, you give some momentum to Street Profits because they're starting to get so like, 50-50 101 are the Street Profits, man. They'll win and they'll lose. And they'll be like, oh, here we go. We want the smoke. Then they'll win a match and then they'll lose. How in the world, with the momentum that the Street Profits just got at WrestleMania with a fantastic match, would you blow that off in one night? Like, why couldn't this be a program? Why couldn't you just make this a feud going on? Like a respect, baby versus baby feud. I don't mind that if it's out of respect. But you blow off the Street Profits after having them win at WrestleMania? Like, what team do you have on deck to feud with Sammy and Sammy and KO, when you could have just done it with the Street Profits and made some money out of it?
Bro, you know what they need to go back to, but they'll never do it, Chris, because we talked about the drag. They need to go back to the time limit. This match is a 10-minute time. Then you could have Street Profits wrestle them to the time limit. Now we got something, man. But because everything's got to be this, no match is going to be 10 minutes.
Yeah, I like that. I like the time limit draw idea because it protects both people. It's like, man, you really gave me a run for my money in this time limit. And then, because back in the day, especially WCW used to do this, you would do a time limit draw, and then it would be a 10-minute time limit, and then you would do another match, and it'd be like a 30-minute time limit. So it made sense as far as why it's stretching now. You know what I mean? And so I'm a big fan of that, man. Good call on that. Hannibal, $5 super chat, bro. What do you guys think of Cena Theory? Felt like the loss was supposed to protect Cena, but it really didn't, especially if we may get Logan Cena. Do you want Logan Cena, Vince?
No, bro. How many times are we gonna do this Logan thing? I mean, you keep doing things with Logan, bro. It's like you're making it just about the cold match. Like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how many times are you gonna do it, bro?
And I think the more you do stuff with Logan, the more it makes the roster look bad. Because you have to pull a really, really good part-timer, part-time celebrity, a full-time celebrity, part-time wrestler to do your bidding to draw some ratings in the segments.
Yeah.
And he's looking better than most of the backstage. So you don't want to go to that well too much, because if you keep going to that well too much, it's making the people in the back look not as impressive. That's for sure.
Agree.
And so as far as Cena Theory, it fell a bit flat to me, man. Honestly, I watched the match again. I think that this was a fantastic Mania overall, but that match just fell flat. Like Cena just kind of had that feeling of like, I'm gonna come in, just kind of clock in, put Theory over. This whole thing's about putting Theory over, and I'm gonna go my merry way. So it felt like that during the it wasn't any suspense really that Cena was going to win. You know what I mean? And so I wasn't a big fan of it. So we got another super chat. Who we got down here? We got Bryant's Legacy Building, $5. When you brought up 70s theme songs, how could you not bring up the classic WKRP in Cincinnati? We sang that. I don't think he was here last week.
Oh yeah, we did, bro.
We sang that last week. So you want to start?
I just know the WKRP in Cincinnati. That's all I know.
Okay, gotcha. So we have the we have the lyrics. I'm about to put these lyrics up here so everybody can sing it with us. I'm about to let me see if I can put this on here. Yeah, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. No. All right, SK Nation. Very nice. Yes. All right, here we go. You see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just posted it. All right, here we go. I'm about to put it on the screen too. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Ready? Baby, if you ever wondered where it became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, WKRP. All right, take the rest.
I don't know the theme. Got kind of tired of packing and unpacking. Town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe me and you were never meant to be. Just maybe think of me once in a while. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
That's the Iron Man match that's ever been.
Perfect. Yeah. That's thank you for your commentary on that, Dave, for sure. We have so Seth Rollins gets a backstage interview, and he says, "Hey, why do it back here if we could do this weird segment with them just singing my song, like my post WrestleMania Raw after WrestleMania segment was being interviewed backstage and taking this to the ring and just hearing them sing." That was his.
This is not, guys. I'm just gonna say this again, man. This is not good television. This is good house show stuff, bro. If you want to go to a house show and sing along with Seth, it's not good TV, man. It's just not.
that was horrible to me.
Oh,
That was
it's just it's not it's a house show. It's a
Yeah.
house show act,
Very
man.
much so. Very much so. So we had Bobby Lashley cutting the backstage interview, and we had him interrupted by Bronson Reed. I kind of felt like they were going to do something with this because they were the last two people of the at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So I figured they're going to do something like this. I don't mind it actually. If you know Lashley gets the rub and Bronson Reed is a good person for him to do that with, and then Positive Ali comes in with his weird segments. Like this is his thing now. He'll just pop up in a weird spot backstage, go out and just job to the person who he interrupted. Like, do you think he's happy with that? What did he call you?
Ho.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Yes, he on Twitter. And so, do you think Vince Russo, someone who he's not very happy with, do you think that he is happy with his positive?
Yeah, bro, because he's probably I'm sure he's such a wrestling mark that he's just happy to be on the show. And that good for you, bro. Round of applause for you. But if it's me and I dedicated my whole life to getting in the wrestling business, it would not sit well with me if I was the punchline every day. That's me, bro. If it sits well with you, that's great. Knock yourself out. To me, it wouldn't be a fun thing.
I don't find any satisfaction with being the butt of anyone's joke. That's for sure. Larry McLean, $2 super chat, bro. Where does Lashley go from here? Is he have?
I think he's going to Kirk Hall, bro. If he needs directions to Kirk Hall in Japan, I'm gonna give it to him right now.
I think you should consult with Dave on that one.
Here we go.
Dave, how are we gonna get there?
Well, everything's Cork and Hall. So if you stay at Cork and Hall, you're going to walk. It's a 20-minute train ride.
Yeah, 20-minute train ride.
Yeah, there you go. 20-minute train ride. Right? That's all you gotta do is just take a 20-minute train ride.
That was pretty good, Chris. Very nice.
I'm a big SNL guy, right? So I've got some impressions, under my sleeve, man. So
I can't. But you know what? You can't do this one. You can't. This cannot be duplicated on any level.
Let's see.
That was absolute crap. I never wanted to be in this position. I never wanted to be here, but you made a promise. You already went back in a gentleman's agreement once. You made a promise to him. You said you were going to give him a match. That was BS. He had just gone through two matches. And you can't even promise people matches. I make the matches. I'm going to tell you right now, Kenny, 9 days from now. Time to get ready, man.
Time to get ready, man.
You have to wrestle in 9 days from tonight.
You have to wrestle 9 days.
9 days. Oh, 9 days.
You know how they're going to get there, right?
Kirk Hall, yeah.
Cork and Hall. This is Cork and Hall.
Yeah.
20-minute train ride. There you go. You're waiting for that.
Okay. All right,
man. What we got? We got some super chats too while we're talking about Cork and Hall. All right. We have Sports Kingdom 199. It's WWE pair UFC President Dana White with Brock. So I guess as his protege, like as
what would that do?
His manager?
Yeah, what would that do? Really? Like, I don't know.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I would say no to that, Sports Kingdom.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, though. What we got? Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa. So basically, it was a ruse to say that he was talking to Solo down the block, and have them go in the jets and stuff like that. So ultimately to set up the main event. Bianca Belair cutting an in-ring promo, interrupted by Rhea Ripley. So they just do a champion versus champion face-off and say, I'll see you down the line. I'll see you down the line. We'll see who's the best of the best down the line. So where does this go, Vince?
Down the line, Kirk and Hall.
Yeah, 20-minute train ride. I mean, come on, man. 20-minute train ride. Kirk and Hall.
At least down the line, because that's the thing, bro. If you pit champion against champion, what happens to all the other girls on the roster?
they take a 20-minute train ride to Crockett Hall, but that's what they do, man. And it's just here's the thing, Vince. When I saw this segment, I was like, man, I hope they're not doing some dual champion thing again, man. Because you just don't like, why would you do the dual champion thing if you're trying to make a big brand out of SmackDown? And I don't see that happening too, because Fox, they're really busting their butt to keep that Fox relationship together. Like they've got USA in their back pocket because they're one of the best, they're one of the biggest money makers for USA. So I got them in their back pocket. For Fox, though, this is their first time with this deal. So they're trying, and I've heard that they're not really like booming right now as far as revenues.
Chris, you know what I hate? Like you've got two interesting. When I say interesting, I'm talking about presentation.
Yeah.
So you got two very interesting looking characters. Here's the problem. Here's why I don't care. Bro, how are they building these characters on a week-to-week basis? They're not. They put these women out there and they have wrestling matches.
Yeah.
We're not building these characters
Yeah.
at all. That's why I don't care if Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair tomorrow had a match. I wouldn't care because there's no connection with me and either one of these wrestlers because they're not doing anything to build these characters.
I agree with you 100%. I'm a story guy. So, I mean, like, just like seeing this, first of all, Larry McClain to it all super chat for just loving the show. My guy. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a story guy, man. So, I mean, just by them saying, I'll see you down the line, and Rhea walking away and that leading into the tag match, to me that was just an awkward spot. I mean, like
very flat.
I'm like, see you down the line. Like you have to understand that the crowd, the anticipation and expectation for the crowd of Raw after WrestleMania is like, you really have to be very like on point with your transitions and things like that in your segments. And if you're just doing like two champions talking to each other and saying, I'll see you down the line, how does that really gain? And it's like,
it doesn't,
like,
bro.
To your point with Vince, with Cody saying tonight and then not being a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, it's like, okay, Rhea Ripley won the championship. Bianca Belair defended her championship. They're not on the show. What could we do? Oh, throw them in a segment together. That's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, okay, bro. So why am I interested in something that's not going anywhere?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, why are you teasing the live crowd? Like, that's not a baby face thing to do. Like, you're teasing a match that's going to happen down the line. We don't even know when it's going to happen. So it's not a really good way to appease the crowd. We have Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan defeating Damage Control. So they just had a match at WrestleMania against two Hall of Famers, and then they lose against Raquel and Liv.
Well, here's the interesting part of that. I'm assuming Bayley was at WrestleMania.
Bayley?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a part of the six.
Where was she tonight?
She was in Cork and
I remember specifically,
Vince.
Bro. I remember specifically we said these girls are women are going to lose the match to the Hall of Famers.
Yep.
And then it is going to be the end of Damage Control. I know we said that specifically.
Yeah.
And where was Bayley tonight when Damage Control lost?
She was nowhere to be found. That's for sure. I think it's time for Bayley to become a babyface, though, man. I'm not feeling Bayley as a heel. It's just like they try to do the Karen thing for a hot second. They pull back on it. It's just flat, man. Her run is flat as a heel. It's time to. I'm not. And see, Vince, I'm not a big fan of like you got to turn someone just to. Because my thing is, if you keep turning people, it's just, to me, it's a lack of creativity. Like, you got to make people, you got to be so good in your writing that people love to hate you or love to love you. And if the story is built around that, you don't have to keep doing these turns back and forth, man. Like Daniel Bryan just turned heel again on AEW to go back to the Blackpool Combat Club, and that's like his fourth turn. Like he's been there like a year, and like he's going babyface heel. Like, come on, man! Like you're making all this turns just for good matches.
Yeah.
How much of a lack of creative that is, because if you're using a valuable turn just to get a good match with someone at an upcoming show, man, I'm not a big fan of that whatsoever. Miz cuts an in-ring promo interrupted by Matt Riddle. Your bro comes back, man. What do you think?
I'm glad he's back. I think they need him on the roster, but bro, my God, Miz needs to go home for a year, bro. He may be, bro. I got to be honest with you at this point. And again, bro, this ain't a shot at the Miz. This is the writing of the show, bro. He's got to be the biggest channel changer on this show at this point. I mean, seriously, he's got to be. He's got to be. When Miz comes out, there's nothing to see. Yeah. There's never anything to see. They need to send this guy away, bro, and give him 6 months or whatever. And my God, bro, this is his act and saying the same thing and Miss TV and getting his butt kicked. Man, it is tired, bro.
Can you believe that he was world champ last year, man?
No, I can't.
No,
I can't. It is so tired, man.
Yeah, very much.
Riddle looks like he put on a little bit of weight too.
Yeah. He's been hanging out, man. He's got a girl. He's got a new girl now, and they were taking pictures of hanging out, by the pool side and stuff, and living his best life, man. Backstage interview: Trish Stratus, Lita, Becky Lynch. Essentially, this is sowing more seeds to the Trish turn. She's just there,
I guess.
With that being said, Sports Kingdom 199 super chat, bro. Who from Impact should go to WWE? Motor City Machine Guns, Deanna Purrazzo. You know anyone who should go to MS? Should go to Motor. Impact's cool. I don't watch it. I don't follow it like that. I'll catch up every now and then with YouTube stuff. I mean, I don't know who's there. Maybe Moose is still there, isn't he? I always liked Moose. I think Moose is. Have you ever worked with Moose?
I never worked with him, but I know of him.
Yeah. He's got in really good shape, and he's doing some big things there. So yeah. Someone said Jordan Grace. She's in bodybuilder competitions, killing it now, man. So we got Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Lesnar turning on Cody before the match starts. That drags on for a while, and that's how it ended, man.
Something really had to go short on this show, really, Chris, because by the time they got to the end of these things, bro, they milked every entrance till as long as they could. Yeah. And then, bro, I think when Lesnar turned, it was like, 10:52 or 10:50. Yeah, and I'm like, bro, they're going to carry this on for 7 minutes?
Yeah.
Something went short for some reason, bro.
Yeah, when he turned, I was like, I looked at the clock and I was like, okay, this is going to be a while. Yeah. All right, we'll end with this. Bryant Legacy building $5 super chat. Did you discuss Winona from Good Times singing the theme to the Jeffersons? Don't forget Richard Pryor's theme song for his kids show Pryor's Place. Pryor's Place. You know Pryor's Place?
I don't know that at all. That I don't know.
Do you remember Good Times?
Of course, yeah.
What temporary layup.
Good times. Good times.
Over time.
You got it. Good time. Yeah.
So I think give me Give me a Dave sound clip to basically. It's basically a saying.
Bro, I just pulled something in my rib
Oh
cage.
man, that's
Chris,
not
come
good.
on, man.
That's
What
not
am I
good,
doing
man.
now? Hold on. All right,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me.
That's the best Iron Man match that's ever had. That's ever been.
That's perfect. That's perfect segue. All right, let them know about all things Vince Russo.
Yeah, guys, just go to russosbrand.com and that will lead you everywhere that you need to go, Mike.
russosbrand.com, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me at Chris Prolific. And I got the Pancakes and Power Slam show. We had a great time last week.
We did. We had a good time. Good times, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, Vince Russo. This guy's Dr. Chris Featherstone. This is the Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody. So